down to business. Now, since I'm the foreman.
Don't you mean for pig?
What's a foreman?
It means I'm the spokesperson of the jury here. When we go back to court, I'll be the one doing the talking.
So that makes you the head hog?
No, but I do get to read the verdict.
Oh. What's a verdict?
It's the decision we make as a jury.
Oh. What's a jury? Can I trade seats with somebody?
We just get on with this.
Very well. We've all heard the trial. Now we need to determine whether or not the Big Bad Wolf is guilty or not guilty.
I don't think we should call him Big Bad. He hasn't been convicted yet.
All right, just wolfers.
So let's vote.
All those who believe the wolf is guilty, say oink.
Oink!
Anyone else?
Not oinking.
What's that?
I'm not oinking because I'm voting not guilty.
Oh my.
You think that Big Bad Wolf is innocent?
Well, I haven't made up my mind yet. There have been so many stories about wolves doing terrible things. But maybe we paid more attention to those fairy tales and not enough to the evidence.
What? Evidence? Did you sleep through the trial? Evidence is something that proves whether or not somebody is guilty or not.
And there should be enough evidence to convince all of us the wolf's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
There's plenty of evidence.
Well, I'd like to hear what all of you think.
Very well. That sounds fine. Let's all go around the table and explain to our fellow pig why we think the wolf is guilty. Found you go first.
Me? Oh, well, I guess I just think he looks awful scared. I can just picture him huffing and puffing and blowing down those houses.
But you didn't see him do it.
But you didn't see him not do it.
But you didn't see him not do it.
Huh? Look, the facts of this case are this. These three pigs, just like you and me, they move away from their home. They were brothers, so they decided to build their houses nearby. The first pig built his house out of straw. The second pig built his house out of sticks. And the other brother pig, he built his house out of bricks. Then what happens? This wolf comes along, pretending to be selling cookies or something, and the little pig won't open up the door. Down goes the house and gone. The little pig runs over to his brother's house, but the wolf follows. And whoosh! Down goes the house of sticks. Clear case of destruction of property, and it's a good thing that that other pig built his house out of bricks because it was strong enough to protect them from being eaten by that evil.
Thank you for sharing. What about you?
Me? Oh, well, I guess since everybody else thinks he's guilty, then he must be.
You shouldn't just agree with someone just because that's what a person wants.
Hey, you're right. I agree with you. I don't want you to agree with him. Okay. I believe that the wolf must be guilty because there was an eyewitness. The local village boy saw the whole crime take place. And since I believe he wouldn't lie, I am certain the wolf must be guilty. Look, there's a little fella now.
Hi, piggies. I'm off to guard my flock of sheep. What a nice young man. That's why I voted to convict that evil wolf. Me too. Everything points to the wolf as a criminal. Or else could have done it.
I'm afraid that seems to be the only explanation, unless your snouts know something we don't.
Besides, he's a wolf. If he's not guilty of this crime, I'm certain he's guilty of something.
You shouldn't say that. It's not nice.
Look, nice or not, the facts clearly show that our wolf friend is guilty, but he sure tried to act all innocent.
Yeah, did you see him wearing that sheep's clothing during the trial? Well, I saw right through that.
Well, I thought little word Blue's testimony was convincing. But more than anything, I just didn't trust that there wolf. Who just pretended to be a wolf scout, selling wolf scout cookies door to door. But there's no such thing as a wolf scout.
Oh, but there is. There are Cub Scouts and Wolf Scouts and Trout Scouts and all sorts of scouts. And they are a nice set of folks. Say, maybe I voted guilty too quickly.
What do you mean? Look, Mr. No Oink, I want to know why you voted not guilty. You're keeping all of us cooped up in here like chickens, and we should be at home rolling around in the mud like pigs.
And if the wolf didn't do it, then who did?
I've been wondering about that myself. Why would a wolf want to knock down a pig's house to begin with?
Bro, Pia wanted to eat.
So he blew down the house so he could gobble up the first little pig.
But then why didn't he just wait for his pig to leave his straw house and then grab him? Why spend all of that energy blowing down the house?
He couldn't wait. He was too hungry.
If he was too hungry, then why didn't he just eat the cookies he was selling?
Because wolves don't eat cookies.
Yeah. They eat pork chops.
Yeah.
And ham hocks.
Yeah.
And stop agreeing with everything I say.
Yeah.
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Me too.
I wish we had some lunch or something.
Ooh, piggies, it's chow time. Who wants a pig song?
Me!
Food chow.
Well, you sure fooled us, young man.
Now run along, little boy. We pigs have work to do.
Now, as I was saying, I don't think the wolf puffed and puffed at all.
Then how did the house fall down?
Think about it. Of the 3 little pigs, of the 3 houses, the first house was made out of bricks. The houses of straw and sticks were so frail, they could have fallen down when the wolf politely knocked.
Politely knocked. Do you believe this swine?
I'm just saying it's possible. Since when do wolves blow air when the force of a hurricane?
That's a very good point. I watched a documentary on wolves, and it didn't say anything about huffing or puffing.
Oh, which reminds me of something the defense forgot to mention.
What's that?
Oh, bailiff. We'd like to examine a piece of evidence.
Which one?
The wolf's pack, please.
Just a moment.
Thank you, bailiff.
What's a bailiff?
She's like a policeman of the courtroom. Throughout the trial process, she keeps things in order.
Order? I'd like to order an extra large cheese pizza, cold and pepperoni.
Not that kind of order.
See, I'm awful hungry.
Me too.
Free cheese pizza, fresh from the oven, absolutely delicious. Who wants some?
Me!
Haha, food
Hey, that's not very nice.
Little boy Blue, that joke is not funny anymore.
We're trying to work here.
Here's the wolf pack.
Thank you, baby. Okay, let's see. Here are the Wolf Scout cookies. Here's Wolf Scout badge.
That doesn't prove anything.
What about this?
So what?
How could the so-called big bad wolf huff and puff when he has asthma?
So he has actual medicine in his wolf pack.
He probably stole it. Wolves will do that, you know.
Not all wolves are like that, and you know it. I think we should have another vote.
Alright, let's all go around the table and say whether or not we think the wolf is guilty or not. I'll go first. I say oink.
Oink. Oink. Not oink. What do you know? I still say oink. Not oink. Oink.
Not oinking.
Not oinking. Oink. Oink.
Not.
That's 7 oinks and 5 not oinking.
You piggies call yourself a jury? You want to let that big bad wolf go free? What's with you? This little piggy is forgetful. This little piggy is regretful. This little piggy's brains went to the market. This little piggy should have stayed home. And this little piggy went wee all over the justice system.
But there's reasonable doubt. There's not enough evidence.
There's a witness. The boy saw everything. He even heard the big bad wolf say, little pig, let me in, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house down. What more proof do you need to convict this canine? There's a reliable witness.
He's coming.
Pig slop pizza, pig sloppy pizza.
Get out of here, kid. We know you're trying to trick us.
I guess your witness isn't so reliable.
I'm changing my vote to not guilty.
Me too. That kid is a liar.
Looks like there's reasonable doubt. I changed my vote too. I knew he was innocent all along.
Are you serious?
We may have to declare a hung jury.
What's a hung jury?
When a
jury is unable or unwilling to come to a unanimous decision resulting in a mistrial. I thought everyone knew that. Wow. Fine, then it's a mistrial.
Wait, we're not giving up. Let's keep talking. Convince us.
He's guilty.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Isn't.
Is.
Prove it!
Why can't you pigs see things the way I do? The facts are plain. Charlotte is guilty.
Charlotte? Who's Charlotte?
A spider. I mean the wolf. I'm talking about the big bad wolf.
But you said Charlotte. Who is she?
She was a spider named Charlotte. And she was my best friend. But then she broke my heart, left me, and I promised myself I couldn't trust another non-living man. I vote not guilty.
Poor pig, I think we're ready.
These handcuffs.
Have you reached your verdict? Yes, we have, Your Honor. And what is it? We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Very well. Bailiff, you may release the defendant.
Thank you all so much. I didn't think anyone would believe me.
Well, we were just doing our job.
Here you go again.